Hello, and welcome to gusmcdollgames Strategy and Tactics, and thank you to our subscribers. In this series, we use German missions from the game Firefight to illustrate World War II German tactics at the company level and below. In this campaign, we are playing through Operation Barbarossa as the Germans, with 9 battles over the course of June and July 1941. In the last episode, the Germans attacked the area around the Babinovichi Farmsteads, securing the southern sector, E Bridge and East Hill. Now, they must secure the central and northern sectors. With the Soviet 45mm anti-tank gun on North Hill destroyed by German artillery, the way is clear for the panzers to advance, overrun the Soviet mortars and take the objective. Schubert and Schwarz now advance their Panzer IIIs to overrun the Soviet mortars. Lieutenant Held and Lieutenant Haas also moved their Panzer IIIs up to the battle area. Walter and Henning's squads move up to the central belt of woods. And Frank and Stefan's squads resume the advance through the central belt of woods.
Feindkontakt!
The panzers eliminate the Soviet artillery position.
Sprenggranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Bewegt.
East Hill is firmly under German control.
Augen auf diese Bäume. Bewegung! Hab ihn erledigt! Runter!
Soviet infantry flee west under a hail of gunfire. Something in the southern woods is firing a machine gun at Henning's squad. Likely a heavy machine gun or a tank.
Nimm das! Macht ihnen die Fälle heiß!
The Granatwerfer opens a fire mission on the mystery contact.
Feuereinsatz. Kommen. Feuereinsatz. Ende.
To the north, the Panzer IIIs are putting down fire on the Soviets in the woods.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer. Auf den Weg.
Hab ihn erledigt.
Walter's squad moves into the woods. They will reinforce the clearance.
Brauche Munition.
As will Henning's squad.
Verdammt, Munition.
Soviet artillery adjusting in the woods.
Bewegung.
Time to move out of the way before they fire a full salvo.
Brauche Munition.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer. Auf den Weg.
Hab ihn erledigt.
The mystery contact fires an HE round,
Wir sind in der Unterzahl.
and Grenadier Ulrich is killed by shrapnel in the abdomen. The contact is a Soviet BT-7 tank. The light panzers withdraw from the new threat.
Unter.
Lieutenant Held and Lieutenant Haas's Panzer IIIs change direction to outflank the BT-7 from the south.
Nimm das. Nimm das.
The Soviet artillery salvo lands without effect.
Bewegung.
The clearance of the ridgeline continues.
In Deckung. Hab ihn erledigt. Nimm das. Hab ihn erledigt. Nimm das.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer.
Walther and Henning squads move to reinforce.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer. Auf den Weg.
The German infantry anchor their advance on the road leading to North Hill,
Bewegung!
with the panzers providing direct fire support from the oblique.
Nimm das!
Hunting the BT-7 is also a job for the Sturmgeschütz.
Brauche Munition!
They will outflank from the north as the Panzer IIIs outflank from the south.
Granate!
Naturally, Schütz, or Sturmgeschütz as he is called by the troop, will lead the attack on the BT-7.
Das war knapp!
Lieutenant Held in the Panzer III moves up to the road. Lieutenant Haas takes position in the haystacks. Suddenly, Sturmgeschütz is engaged by a T-60 from the northwest, firing 20mm cannon.
Feuer frei!
Der.
One hit by the Sturmgeschütz destroys the T-60 by APCBC shell through the turret lower front. The T-60 burns.
Verdammt!
The Sturmgeschütz jockey into firing position. To the south, Lieutenant Held moves up.
Brauche Munition! Komme sofort! Bin auf dem Weg! Hier, nimm! Brauche Munition! Wie gefällt euch das? Hier, nimm! Feuer
Munition
frei!
leer.
Wie gefällt euch das? Feindkontakt!
Granate laden.
Held's Panzer III is knocked out by an AP shell through the gun mantlet, and the entire crew is wounded. Lieutenant Haas takes revenge and destroys the BT-7 by APCBC shell through the turret lower right.
Komme sofort! Du schaffst das!
Held's Panzer cooks off, but the crew has bailed out and moved to a safe distance. Wounded, but alive.
Du schaffst das!
The Panzers now reposition. Contact! To the north. The German infantry platoon keeps advancing through the central woods, clearing out Soviet infantry ahead of them. Oberleutnant Schubert's Panzer III moves up to North Hill for better observation over the objective. Schwarz moves up to the base of the hill. The platoon is moving up in line with the farm buildings at the objective. Schwarz engages Soviet infantry in the woods south of Bear Hill.
Bewegung!
The German infantry pick up the pace of their advance.
Bewegung! Verdammt! Munition! Ich brauche Munition! Hab ihn erledigt! Hab ihn erledigt! Geh in Deckung! Geh in Deckung! Geh in Deckung!
Another 45mm anti-tank gun to the north. The artillery have used their allocation of HE shells. The Granatwerfer opens a fire mission.
Feuereinsatz.
Deckung!
Feuereinsatz.
Rückzug!
Ende.
Bewegung!
Stefan's squad withdraws under fire. The 45mm anti-tank gun will hold up the Panzer's advance to the objective and must be destroyed. The gun is putting out a high rate of fire.
Hier, nimm!
Walther's squad now moves north to outflank the gun while the mortar shells it. No effect, and the mortar re-engages.
Feuereinsatz. Kommen. Feuereinsatz. Ende.
Deckung!
Walther's squad comes under fire from Soviet infantry in the woods.
Nichts wie raus hier! Verdammt!
Soviet infantry are moving in the open and come under fire from the panzers.
Holt uns hier raus! Was verwischt? Tief in Deckung! Bewegung! Bewegung! Getroffen!
Grenadier Renner in Stefan's squad is wounded by a shell blast in the chest.
Deckung!
Renner is hit again and severely wounded by shrapnel in the left leg.
Bewegung! Verdammt! Das war knapp! Ich bin weit. Nichts wie raus hier! Tief in Deckung! Hilfe! Woher kommt der Beschuss? Holt uns hier raus! Wir sind in der Unterzahl!
Renner is hit again and killed by shrapnel in the head. The 45mm anti-tank gun continues to fire and Grenadier Bruins is killed by shrapnel in the abdomen. Grenadier Teal is killed by a bullet in the abdomen. Schubert's Panzer spots a Soviet Maxim heavy machine gun near the objective.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer!
The Granatwerfer destroys the 45mm anti-tank gun by mortar shell blast.
Nichts wie raus hier! Rückzug! Nichts wie raus hier!
The way is now clear for the panzers to advance to the objective.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Feuer!
Nimm das!
Brenngranate laden.
Erwischt! Nimm das!
Geladen. Feuer!
Nimm das! Erwischt!
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Brenngranate laden. Feuer!
Ziel erobert!
The panzers take the objective.
Getroffen! Was verwischt? Nichts wie
Grenadier
raus hier!
Brewer is wounded by a bullet in the right leg.
Hab ihn erledigt! Granate! Unter!
Brenngranate laden.
One by one, the Soviet infantry are killed or forced to withdraw from the woods.
Brenngranate laden.
Tief in Deckung! Hab ihn erledigt!
To the south, panzers advance on West Hill.
Brenngranate laden. Feuer! Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Bewegt. Brenngranate laden.
Verdammt!
Geladen.
Rückzug!
Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate
Panzers and Grenadier form a solid fire line facing west.
Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Bewegt. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Geladen. Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Bewegt.
Nimm das!
Brenngranate laden.
Nimm das!
Geladen. Feuer! Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer! Brenngranate laden. Geladen.
Nimm
Feuer.
das!
Feuer. Bewegt. Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer. Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer. Bewegt. Feuer. Brenngranate laden. Geladen. Feuer. Brenngranate laden. Brenngranate. Feuer. Bewegt. Geladen. Feuer. Brenngranate. Bewegt. Geladen. Feuer. Brenngranate laden.
Victory! The beginning at Babinovichi Farmsteads. At last, our long-awaited orders have come through to begin the attack. Punch through the farmsteads to secure our next staging area. German forces: 74 survived, 11 wounded, 6 killed, 1 vehicle lost. Soviet forces: 11 survived, 7 wounded, 62 killed, 4 vehicles lost, 2 anti-tank guns lost, and the 2 mortars. You took too long to take the objective, but took very few losses despite there being only moderate opposition. Your commanders rate your performance as average. 2 gold stars. So, what did we learn? 2 lessons. First, the tension between the pace of battle and the number of casualties. The assessment at the end states that I took too long to take the objective, but took very few losses. These 2 statements are related. One reason I took very few losses, and inflicted heavy 10-to-1 losses on the enemy, as well as taking the objective, is precisely because I did not rush into the situation. Instead, I carefully probed forward, using panzers to suppress, infantry to advance, and artillery to destroy. But this is a choice. Under different circumstances, I might need to accept higher casualties to get the job done faster. Second, the loss of Lieutenant Hahn's Panzer III might have been avoidable. While Lieutenant Haas in the other Panzer III destroyed the BT-7, the task was better suited to the 7.5cm guns on the Sturmgeschütz rather than the 3.7cm gun on the Panzer III. If I held back the Panzer IIIs and let the Sturmgeschütz do the job, I might have avoided losing Hans' Panzer III. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and donate, and stay tuned for the next episode.